Hey, it's Yasmin with Robles Designs here in Columbus, Ohio. The sun is shining and it's just a really great day out. I really want to be outside, but I get to do a bunch of cool things inside, like recording this video and meeting with clients. I met with clients today, so it's just been a really great day, and then later on I'll get to go outside. But I just wanted to hop on and give you a few tips for when you're starting your site or transferring your site over to another platform or another designer. Just a few things that I have noticed coming up for some of my clients that have made things a little bit difficult, especially when moving forward with their marketing plans, their strategies, and then shifting their site over to a new platform or getting it just a fresh new look. Certain things have come up. So a few things when you're starting your website, make sure that you have full access to the site. One thing that has come up for a client is that she does not have access to things like the about page, the home page, anything like that. She has access to shifting some products around, which is great, and she just does not have the access to redesign maybe not even design, just updating a slider on the page herself, which is understandable. She does not want that responsibility, but her company is maybe a bit overloaded, or whatever it may be the case for you, whether the company you're working with is overloaded and they can't get to you on time. Maybe your marketing strategy has changed drastically, or that you can do the changes and you would just prefer to make the changes yourself. You want to be able to have the access to your site in order to change a banner or to change some text on the about page. If a team member leaves, you can take off their image, take off their profile, whatever it may be. You want to be empowered to be able to do those changes, or at least know that you have the capability of doing it, or the administrative access to do it if you so chose. Whether or not you have someone else working for you, whether that's an admin, a designer, or a company or an agency doing the changes for you, you still want to make sure you have the access, because it's caused some issues when it comes to really updating her site and making sure that her site is performing alongside her marketing strategy. So you can't have a social strategy if your site is not supporting it, and vice versa. Make sure that you get training. So ask about this a lot. I know some designers do not like to give a lot of training. They're just not comfortable with it, with teaching other people, and others come from the mindset of, if I teach my client how to do this, they will not want to pay me to do it later on, which is not true. I like to empower my clients to do the work themselves, or to make the choice to not do the work, not because they were forced into buying a package from somebody else in order to get their work updated, but because they're like, I'm the queen bee and I am not going to be doing these small tasks, I'm handing them off to somebody. That is a choice, versus your site being locked down, or you were never trained on how to use your site, so now you got to go to Google University to figure out and break a bunch of stuff on your site in order to figure out how to update one little banner. So make sure that whenever you're getting your site updated, refreshed, switching platforms, anything like that, make sure that you're getting full access to everything. Make sure that you are getting training, and then make sure there's some sort of ongoing support. So this does not mean that you need to hop on a recurring payment plan, although as designers that's what we love, but it also doesn't mean that they will shut you out just because you're not on a plan. If you have a question, will they be able to answer it for you? Even if it's at a high level view, pointing you to a blog post or something that they found for you so that you can do it yourself, all the way to actually doing the work for you, maybe offering you that recurring payment plan, or maybe a per hour basis, so that you can get that stuff edited. So is there ongoing support? So again, do you have access to everything that you need to have access to? So when you log into your site, do you have access to view your entire shop, your inventory? You have access to change up the home page, the about page, all images. You have access to do that. Do you have training? So going alongside number one, sometimes people are worried that they might break their site, and that's because they have not been trained on what to touch and what not to touch. So when I train clients, I train them on how to do the basic updates, how to change out images, how to upload products, but then also what not to touch. So where is the custom code that could break your entire navigation system, and why you wouldn't want to touch it. And then ongoing support. So in case you did attempt to switch up some code, or if you attempted to switch out a banner image and it's just not showing up for some reason, then you can always email someone, and you know that they're a real person. You know that you will get a response. Even if they're busy, you'll get a response. Whether that's, hey, I'll check into this later, or here is a blog post I found that can support you, all the way to, hey, if you really, this looks like something really, really broke and you're going to need a lot of support, here is a package that we can offer you. Just making sure that you are empowered when you get your site. So again, what's been coming up for some of the clients that I have are that they have been locked out of the site, not so much because it was, it was on purpose, but the way their site was structured, they do not really have access to it. And I believe it comes from the worry that they might break the site from either when the site was set up from the owner or the developer. So it was just not set up in a way that was friendly. So make sure you have access to it, because now we get to figure out how to implement a marketing strategy, and with a site that might not be as aligned with that strategy. So yeah, make sure you have access to everything, that you can add or subtract admins to your site, that you have access to even breaking your site if you so chose. That you have some kind of training. I offer training to all my clients after we launch a site, whether that is just a quick Q&A, or some designers, and it's coming, but they have a library of resources and videos on how to use certain platforms, so mine is coming. And then ongoing support. Will they answer an email when you send it to them, and how soon will they answer the email? And then what sort of things do they empower you to do? So that is pretty much it. Just be empowered when you get your website set up. Make sure you have access, make sure you get training, and make sure that there is some kind of entity behind the company providing some kind of ongoing support in case anything were to ever break. That's it. Yeah, make sure to like, or wherever this is going, like the video, put a thumbs up, subscribe, whatever it may be. You can always find me on Instagram at Robles Design Studio, and on Facebook at Robles Design Studio. We have a couple of events, so if you are on IG, then make sure you click on the link and find all of the great events that are happening. Yeah, I hope to chat with you guys soon. If you have any questions, I always offer free strategy sessions. Just go to IG, there's a strategy session link, or you can message me on the Facebook business page. All right, bye-bye.